What's poppin', y'all? We back with another episode of the Challenge All Stars 4 episode 9 recap. It's your boy DeAndre with the beautiful Bree, who is
Hey
tired of running in
guys,
traffic.
I know LA. That's LA for you right there.
It's LA. Y'all go out there in
Hmm.
LA and see her. She's having a pop-up shop at her new apartment. She's signing autographs and stuff. So go
Yeah,
get your
that's right.
autograph
Come
signed.
through. Come through my backyard. I'm pimping it out.
Go through, see the backyard, and also when you do that, make sure to follow her at Bree Dots with the Z at the end on IG and get her follow count up. And make sure to follow on TikTok as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Um, but yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe as well if you want. We appreciate y'all. They came out good this past week. The most views we've had since the first week. So, I
Hey,
appreciate y'all coming
period.
through. We appreciate
Shout
y'all
out you
coming through.
guys.
It's excellent. It's excellent.
Love
Hope
to
we
see it.
giving the good side and take things. So episode 9, we almost there. What you think of episode
Hmm.
9?
We're getting down to the nitty gritty. I personally did not like this episode because of the outcome, but we'll get into it. Yeah, I was disappointed to say the least. But what were your thoughts?
Uh, the episode was interesting. I mean, it was entertaining, but it
Mhm.
was yes, I was it was sad to see the end outcome. Just because I feel like she Cam realized kind of everything that went down, and it kind of flashed right before her eyes, like, oh
Mhm.
snap, like I see what's going on, and it was too late at that point. So
Yep. I
it
have a lot to
definitely.
say about this episode, so I'm ready to
Oh,
dive right in.
oh snap. Oh, okay, well, let's dive right in there, Coach, because she got some things to say. Well, yes, we left off last week's episode. Oh, well, this one's called "Waiting for a Star to Fall," and it's the final 14. So we left off with Cam just got her star from Tina,
Mhm.
and now they're headed back to the house. So we back with the special effects.
Hey, I like
We
these.
get back. We get back to the house. They chilling, having a good old time. Kicking it, having a party. Some people having a little too much fun up in
Too
there
much
and
fun.
whatnot. But yeah, it's good times. Uh, every Hooters girl, she's
Some beer
practicing her
pong.
beer pong and whatnot. Is lit. But one thing that they are doing is, saying, "Oh, let's all be friends. Like it's okay. Like we all
We all
should
have love
respect
for
each
each
other."
other.
Yeah. Oh, she's sitting there like,
Lion ass.
yeah. It was interesting, and I think Leroy was the one kind of to give this little monologue and speech and whatnot. And yeah, it was good vibes and whatnot. They say he's happy that he got his star and Cam got her star as well. So
Hmm.
they're sitting on cloud nine.
Hmm.
Uh, and Miss Flora says she's surprised to still be there. I'm surprised to see her there too.
Me
She's
too.
been chilling.
I be forgetting she's on this show. I think I've said it a couple times, but honestly, every time she pops up on the screen, I'm like, oh yeah, she's on here. She's just like slithering by. Like she's gonna make her way into the final at this rate, honestly. Just for keeping
Yeah,
a low profile.
yeah. No, I mean she's gonna need somebody to give her a star at this rate because she's been having a little animosity towards Cara, which I've noticed. But yeah, she's
Mm,
been chilling. She's been quiet. I mean, look, she only has 2 daily challenge wins in her career, so she's been playing this game for the long. I
that's
ain't
so
trying to,
sad. I
I
thought
ain't
this
trying to
was supposed to
clown.
be all stars, and this is two challenge wins is crazy. Two
That is
dailies.
crazy. I mean, look, Flora, I don't even know what to say about Flora, to be honest. I've mixed emotions. I feel like she's older, so I'm gonna put some respect on her name. Like
True.
she's like in her 50s, so give her respect for showing up. I'll give her
Hmm.
that. But at the same time, she ain't really been providing nothing. She has no storyline. She has no like real, I guess, real story that goes with anyone else. She's kind of just there,
Hmm.
So
I
I
feel like
don't,
she's
I
just
don't
there
know.
for like a little vacation. But you know what? Nothing's wrong with that. I don't blame you. If I was 50 and I got this opportunity, I'd take it too. You're just chilling in the pool. I saw her like chilling on the swing in the pool. I'm like, she's just living her best life right now. So good for
Yeah,
her.
she chilling. Good for her. Good for her. And we finally, this is the first episode that we get a little backstory with our friend Avery.
Mm,
And she opens up about wanting to win the money for her brother because he's got his full ride scholarship to school, but he needs a housing paid for.
yeah.
I mean, housing ain't that much.
Well, that's why maybe she just they don't have anything. Maybe they're like dirt poor. I don't know. But
Yeah, I mean, who
that's
knows?
cute. I like hearing like backstories like that because I'm like, oh, okay, like she actually has like a reason to be here and like why she wants to win. So I think that's sweet. I don't know if she ever said anything like what happened with her like parents or anything, but
Yeah,
um I like that I mean she only has like her brother and sister she said pretty much. So that's nice that she's there for them. So we'll see if she wins, brings home
yeah,
that
no, definitely.
college housing money.
Hey, come on, yeah, look now. I mean, say get some roommates, brother, and you can pay $300, $400. I don't know where you living and going to college. But I feel you there. Shout out Avery. I'm like that we're getting some additional backstory finally from other people. That I think that's important. But we get back to the main crucifix of the problems going on, and Cara is the centerfold of that, and she's talking with Steve about, well, he's telling her like, hey, nobody like you, nobody want to mess with you, everybody think you a cancer. I'm like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Steve a real one for that. He a real one for that.
It
She's just
is.
sitting there like, wow.
He was just telling it straight up. I was like, okay, go off then.
Yeah, no, definitely. I appreciate that. We all need people like that in our lives. If they not
Hmm.
telling us what's going on, then they need to get the hell out.
Exactly.
'Cause he could have
I
just
mean,
been sitting there. No, go
I
ahead.
feel like it was nothing that Kara didn't know before anyway. Like she already knew all this, but it's nice that someone's like confiding in her and like telling her like what's up so she knows like, okay, I'm not going crazy, you know?
Yeah, facts. And this is a divide and conquer effort to get her out. And one of the sergeants involved in this is Miss Nicole Trooper over here, Miss GI Jane, and she's getting high up and tight about other people being friends of Cara, which is very high school. Like you can't be friends with them, and you can't be friends. I'm like, what? She's
Right.
getting mad at Steve talking. I'm like, stop. Like
Yeah.
she already lost me, but
It's really not that deep. Just say you're scared of Kara at the end of the day. Like that's what it all comes down to, honestly.
facts. She's like, it's so it's so high school. It's just like, girl, what are you doing? I mean, is this how girls get down like that in high school? Is that what y'all be doing?
Yeah, a lot of girls be petty, some are jealous, like that's definitely a real thing. So seeing it come from Nicole, I'm not surprised, especially when there's money on the line. I feel like and she knows that. I think Kara's the best in the house like girl-wise, so I think she knows like we need to get her out because I don't think I can be her in a final. I think that's what it comes down to, honestly.
Yeah, and Nicole used to have a crush on Cara too. Now back, you
Mhm.
didn't know that,
Back in the
so
day.
yeah, I came back and she had to, get her spit all on Cara again. She ain't cooking a sandwich this time, but she went up to her when she's trying to work out, and she's just barking up a tree like, "Don't
Mhm.
say my name." And Cara, she was playing games. She was like, "Nicole, Nicole, 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 Nicole." I'm like, "There you go."
Yeah.
Nicole just oblivious, but
Nicole just needs to relax and worry about just winning challenges herself, you know? She needs to stop worrying about
exactly,
Kara.
exactly. Cara, she's won. Nicole hasn't. I mean, that does say two-time champion right there. And Nicole's, I don't know what her says, but it doesn't say that. And Cara, she look. I was given the same phase. Now I'm like, what
Right?
are you talking about,
Me
player?
too. Poor Kara at this point.
She got to deal with that, but then she got to deal with some more coming from Miss Flora because
Hmm.
she calls Nicole an idiot, and then Flora's like, "Don't say that." But I'm like, she just called her idiot. She didn't call her. I mean, there's many worse things,
Yeah.
and I think Flora just relax. Like I've heard some of Flora's interviews and whatnot she's given,
Hmm.
and she's really high on Nicole. She's really high on like Laurel and whatnot, and look, she's old school, so she's like, I don't want to hear any bad mouthing about this, and she's gonna put
Right.
a stop. But at the same time, like, I just think she's a little bit out the loop of what's really going down, and she doesn't know the crucifix and crux of how
Hmm.
they're really treating Cara. And she's just, I think she's friends with Nicole, and then Nicole's bashing Cara, and then she's gonna bash Cara. So it's like,
Exactly. And it's like, girl, Nicole was just all up in her face too. I would call her an idiot too. Like the
exactly,
stuff she was dealing with, I don't blame her for calling her an idiot, but Flora's just trying to insert herself. I don't know why.
yeah, Flora, you need to. floor yourself and sit down somewhere because you tripping, girl. You're tripping.
Mhm.
And then Miss Big, I mean Laurel goes on a tangent about Cara again. I mean, everybody, it's Cara Maria's show every single
It
week.
is.
It seems like
It is.
it's she's the star of the show. I don't know what kind of show it would be if she wasn't here. It probably wouldn't even be a show.
I
So
know. That makes me think too. I'm like, what would the storyline even be? Like, would it just be Laurel and Nicole? Like, I feel like that's what it would be if Kara wasn't here, honestly.
God,
And
thank
so thank you,
Jesus,
Kara. Thank you,
thank
Kara,
you,
for being
thank
here.
you. We
Thank you,
appreciate you, Cara.
Jesus.
We appreciate you. But yeah, she's saving the show from us having to deal with the toxic couple. But soon we head on to the challenge with the last soul brother and sister leading the charge. And we soon arrive and they find out it's a women's elimination day again, which is interesting. But
Plot
they have an
twist.
odd number right now. They have more guys than girls. Yeah, they have more guys than girls. No, they have less guys than girls. They have less guys than girls. Yeah, they have less guys than girls because they had 3 guys eliminations in 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have to narrow it down. And they get to the challenge and they find out that it's basically this like how do I explain it? You jump on the ball, you bring it down, you get it many times, you go do the puzzle, and then you put it in the thing. It's very understandable, but it looks tiring. What do you think about the challenge?
I think it looked tiring, but honestly, I thought it looked pretty easy. Like how Cam was like freaking out, how like she was like afraid to jump off. I'm like, that I feel like they've done worse and scarier things than that. I'm like, you're literally landing in water. I don't get what the issue is. So
Yeah.
when I saw her like not want to go through and quit, I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Like you just got a star. Why are you like gonna put yourself in the bottom again and risk getting going home or getting your star taken away? Like it didn't make any sense to me. I thought the challenge looked easy, but I could be wrong. What did you think?
I mean, comparison to when the trivia they got pulled in the back and they flew in the water, I thought that was kind of more
Intense.
dangerous than
Mm-hmm.
this because at least if you're grabbing something, you're kind of like you have something leveraging your fall in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean, I don't know. I don't know because they definitely, like you said, they definitely done some intense things
Even crazier
already.
things. They've been higher in the air. I don't know if it's like falling into the water that they're scared of or what. I thought it was gonna be Leroy because I feel like Leroy is usually afraid of heights. So I thought he'd be the one to quit, but it turned out to be his wifey. So I was disappointed when they got disqualified.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. I'm like, "Ah, you got to try, but I think maybe a lot of women when they have babies, like she said, like
That's true.
you could be worried about the babe, like the child, other than
Hmm.
yourself. So if you get hurt or something crazy happens to you, then you're like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen with the kid? So
For sure.
I
I
could,
do understand that.
yeah, that's the only like slide I'll give her on that.
Mhm.
But yeah, quitting in that instance is not the best look. I mean, she is a star holder, so we get the competition started or the challenge started, and Adam, Steve, Veronica, Leroy, Nicole, and Cam are the ones with the stars.
Mhm.
Um, it's called Run the Plank. Um, I don't know how I feel about that because you got brothers and sisters jumping off a plank into some water.
That's crazy. Crazy. And they're having black people do it. I when I saw that, I was like, this looks so wrong. Like, I don't
Bro,
know if they
the
thought
one,
that
it,
one
it was just the fact that Cam it was the one like I can't do this. This is in Africa too. No.
through. I forgot that part. That's so bad.
Oh, I'm just playing,
Who,
y'all. It's
who
jokes.
approved
It's
this? Who
jokes.
approved this? Oh
It's
my
jokes. It's jokes. but um, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's just all jokes. But yeah, TJ explains the rules. It's self-explanatory and whatnot. Cara gets a nice little Captain Hook. What's that guy? Johnny Depp.
god. Hmm.
Uh, Johnny Depp esque look. Pirates of the Caribbean. But yes, we get started, and like you said, Cam, she's not feeling it. She's not on these kind of settings, which I don't know if she was thinking what I was thinking, but I see it if that's the case. But it's yeah, she definitely does not want to go, and they get disqualified. Leroy's face says it all. He's like, look, why did you want to be my partner if you was feeling like this?
That's what I'm saying. And I also don't know why they partner up together because if they have different partners, then they have a better shot of being in the top. So I don't get that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys both have stars. Why are you both being partners together? You have to divide and conquer. Therefore, if like say one of you is safe in the deliberation, you can convince maybe the rest to kind of keep the others safe
Hmm.
because you have the stars. So there's no point of going back into elimination.
Right.
I didn't see the point. Maybe just they wanted to do one together for fun. Maybe just they wanted to have that time like we're partners. But they were partners last week, I think. They were partners
They were
previously.
partners before. So maybe it was because I do remember her saying something like, "Oh, like I'll need you for this." Maybe like a support system type thing. But his words didn't matter. She still got scared, so it didn't matter at that point.
Yeah, it did not matter at all. It was a mess. But it was
It's
very
tiring though. I will say, like you gotta run, you gotta swim, you gotta go back up, drop. Like what's her name? Uh, what's her name? The little short one.
Veronica. Veronica.
Veronica. She did it like 800 times. I'm like, damn, she must be tired. I know she's tired.
Yeah, no, she was spent. She was spent.
Mm.
And it looked a mess. But yeah, the first group is Cam, Leroy, Ace, Cara, Maria, Veronica, Ryan, and Flora, Steve. And it was a hot mess. I mean, you had Flora jumping without even trying to grab the ball, which was interesting. I mean,
Saw that. I'm like, what are you doing, girl? She just jumped for fun. I'm like, did you even try? Question mark.
yeah, that was crazy. I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, I didn't know what was going on, but Cara and Ace finished first in their heat. He ate, but Heat one was a mess, so we knew none of them was gonna win. We get Heat number two with Laurel, Derek, Avery, Adam, Nicole, and Jay. And you know it's benefits going second always because you can see what's going on. I
Yep.
mean, that's the name of any game. You're
Mm-hmm.
the older sibling, you're the younger one, you have an advantage. You know, if any kind of reason you're behind, you get to see what somebody getting in the lunch line. You know, okay, I don't want to get that because that looks like it got flies on it.
Exactly.
So they got some strong teams in this one too. I think the stronger teams were in this one for sure, for
Mm-hmm.
sure. But ultimately, Laurel and Derek they conquer. Nicole, she talks all this smack before the competition, and she ends up missing it. But then she says that she threw it because she wanted to help Laurel out. I don't really believe that to
Mm-mm.
100% extent. I think she's Captain Crunch, and she just missed it, but she didn't want to admit it.
Yeah, I don't believe that because it's especially when they found out it was a girls' day. Like, why wouldn't you want to try and win that? Silly goober.
Exactly. You ain't tricking nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Tricking if you got them. But yeah, she messed it up for Jay. Jay was kind of pissed, but because he wanted to win, of course. And but you know, they have the Laurel and Derek win, and then Nicole and Laurel have this little talk after about what they going to do. I just thought this was funny because like
They're so
they
close and
seem
personal right now.
yeah, they seem so intense, and it's just like, is it that serious? I mean, I know y'all trying for money, but y'all this tense talking about getting Cara out. Like, I think both y'all got a thing, but y'all just afraid to admit it. That's just me.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
It's
Yeah,
crazy in these
too
streets.
much. Too much.
But we get back to the house, and Cara's trying to figure out a plan. She's like, "Look, it's time," because she's not gonna. Well, she's in the losing group, and so she got to figure something out. But like I said, yes, Laurel and Ryan were the winners, and the losing groups are Cam, Leroy, Veronica, Ryan, Flora, Steve, Cara, and Ace.
Mm-hmm.
You surprised by this losing group?
No. Maybe with Cara in the bottom, yeah. But the other teams, it's not really a surprise. What about you?
It was bound to
Other
happen. What are you gonna
day,
do?
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Same
another
old.
day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, soon. But then soon we get back to the house and we get some plotting going on between Miss Killer Cam
Mm-hmm.
and Miss Killer Laurel. And she got her cornered right here. And look, Cam and Laurel, it's kind of like irks me a little bit just because Cam's getting played right now
Yeah, 100%.
and she doesn't even see it. Like
Hmm.
she don't even see it, and it's kind of sad because one by one, all the brothers and sisters have been pawns in this big elaborate game to get Cara out essentially, and she's next in line. That's
Hmm.
why the whole that runs hand in hand with the whole jumping off the plank. Okay, the first few couple jump, we had Jasmine jump off, we had Tyree jump off, we had Kefla jump off, Kefla jump off. We had all of them jump off, and now it's the last two,
I know.
and
It
it's like it's
it's
crazy.
unfortunate. Especially I feel like Cam's so smart in the game, so when they were having this conversation, I'm like, girl, you're being set up. How do you not notice this? So I don't know. I was kind of hoping for like a miracle. I don't know. At the end of the day, they are smart to want to put Cam and Cara in together because they're two strong competitors. So I get it. But personally, I love Cam, so I didn't want to see her down there because honestly, I didn't think she'd win again in the final. I mean, in the elimination, but I can see why they did it because I wouldn't want to compete against them either in the final. So I see what it
Yep.
was.
Facts. I understand everybody else's point in that aspect, but Cam, like you in all this in the games playing the whole time, you thought you had the numbers, which you did at a point, but these people were working more for Laurel than for you.
Hmm.
And if she couldn't see that, you know, she should see Jay's working with Jay's. If they're working for Nicole, they're working with Laurel.
Right.
Jay's working with Nicole, who's working with Laurel. Nicole's working for Laurel.
Kind of running the
Uh,
game right now.
Yeah, they got all the people on their side because they're more so scared, I think, than actually like they're friends. They're just
Yeah,
being scared. Avery flip flopping, whoever, just to keep herself safe.
yeah.
So it is crazy right now, and we get to the nomination deliberation, and we know what time it is. I mean, there's not much to talk about.
Hmm.
Adam, I don't really know what time he's on. I don't know who's who he's playing with. I know he's playing with Avery on the side,
Hmm.
but no pun intended. But
He
yeah,
seemed
it's
like he
just
really wanted Cara and Cam. Like he was very
yeah.
gung ho about that. So I don't know who
Well,
he'd be working with.
a couple episodes ago, he was like back in Kara, and so I'm
Yeah, that's why I'm
confused. I'm like, what
confused.
changed? He's confusing. I like him one day, I don't like him the next day. I like him one day, I don't like him the next.
Yeah, he's confusing that one. I don't know.
Yeah, but ultimately, we do get the nominations of Cara, Maria, and Cam. The inevitable has happened. The two killer queens go against each other. It's a nice matchup, though. I'm excited to see the matchup.
Hmm.
Well, but even though Laurel says she's gonna go in, that's what she told Cam. Is like, look, I'm gonna take your place. You can't believe a word Laurel's saying at this point. I
I
mean,
knew she
she
wasn't gonna go in. I knew
well
it.
the yeah, well it's the crazy thing is like Cam, you know you're not her number one, so why do you think she would help you out? Because all Cam has to do is do her math. If she says she's a mathematician, do the math. You have a star, Nicole has a star, Veronica has a star. Cara, I'm gonna go back real quick to the losing group because this is the losing group right here. This is the losing group. Cam, you smart.
Hmm.
It's either you, Veronica, Flora, or Cara Maria. Flora and Veronica don't have star, or no, Veronica does have a star. So Flora is the only one, and Cara is the only ones who don't got a star.
Yeah.
She should be pushing for, at least try to push for them, anybody else but her,
Hmm.
to try and play this game because she has something to lose. If
Exactly.
Veronica goes in, if Veronica wins somehow, she's not gonna take Cam Star. She's probably
Hmm.
gonna take. Actually, she would take Cam Star because Nicole and her have.
Okay.
She, well, she would take Cam Star and give it to Laurel probably or somebody else.
Mm.
But she should want Cara and Flora to go in because Cara even told Cam herself, "I'm not coming after you. I'm not
Right.
coming after you," when she said at the
Hmm.
beginning of the episode. So
Hmm. Make it make
doing some,
sense.
yeah, her doing some of these dirty work just kind of rubbed me the wrong way because that's not what we used to seeing.
Right. And if you're telling someone if you're telling the whole house, okay, I'm gonna go in against Cara, I want to go against her if it's physical, the challenge was physical, so I don't know what she's talking about. Like, did she want to go like head to head, like a rage cage type thing that she was referring to? But I think that game was anyone's game. Like, either person could have won. It
Yeah.
just depended on how it went. But I think Laurel should have gave it a try. I don't know
Well, I
what
think
she.
that's Yeah, well, I think that's what it was because it was anyone. It could have been anyone's game. She wants something where it's like, oh, I'm 99% gonna win this because it depends on who's literally stronger, who can like. She wants like a hall brawl. She wants like a really like hands-on elimination where she can put her hands, and that's where she her bread and butter. But she's a one-trick pony in that instance to me because she has three chances already to go in and she hasn't anytime
Mhm.
because it hasn't been that exact thing that she wanted. Like if she got that elimination Nicole got against Jasmine, she would have went in.
Mhm. Yeah, it's just like you don't have that many, like TJ keeps saying, you don't have many chances to get your stars. So girl, what are you waiting for? Like that, I don't know. She's confused. I think she was a little scared for sure to go up against Cara.
Yeah, she definitely had ants in the pan. You know, she
Mm-hmm.
was feeling she was not ready for that smoke.
Mm-mm.
But we get to the elimination. Cara, Cam, and Laurel make the deal, and we get to elimination. The first thing I notice, what the hell is going on over here?
I don't know what the fits were giving.
Did you see that?
Oh, I saw that. I saw that. I was very confused, but
You know,
I
and
just
then the hair. You see his hair?
I didn't even notice the hair.
He
Yeah,
just
what's
dyed
going
his
on
hair.
here? I think he's a little confused. I don't know what's
I don't
happening.
know what's going on. My man's and I don't know.
To each their own, I
I mean,
guess.
to each their own. He lost himself in the music or something. I don't know. I wish I could figure out what's
Going
going on with the
crazy.
pants. But yeah, they find out that we get to the elimination and it's time. They see what it is. It's this cage game where they got to get the balls in and out. I think it's called what is it called? It's called caged in.
Mm-hmm.
They got to get the balls out, and whatnot. Very simple. Um, and so it's time. It's time to go in
It's game time.
and we're trying to see what's going on. But Laurel says that she does not want to go into elimination, and I think Cam gives the face of the season of like, huh, like who
Those.
when?
What now? Exactly. I would be confused too. I mean, Laura was going around telling her and the whole house that she wanted to go against Kara, and then you don't do it. You just seem like a coward at this point.
Yeah, she should have went in on her. She should have went in and been like, "Look, you ain't." If she, all she had to do, I think, is, "Are you scared?" or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. And
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Laurel's face was like, "Yeah, coach, I am scared." But because the thing is, like, they know they're gonna have more time. They're not gonna eliminate three people. I think it's six girls left, so
Right.
they have time. But it's like at the same time, Laurel is like, "What are you doing? You playing yourself
Right. And
again."
it's like next time there's a girl elimination, maybe she's going against Nicole. Like she's not playing her cards right. Like you don't know who you're going to be up against. So I don't know. I think that was a little slow of her to do. Well, to not do.
Yeah, she was tripping. I mean, everybody was giving her the evil face, and I mean, even Leroy was like, "Wow,
Like
you
say
gonna do
what?
this in Africa?"
Mm. Not Africa.
It was crazy. I mean, he looked like he wanted to get up there and sock her.
I don't blame him. Like your girl just went in last elimination to go get her star, and now she's back in against one of the toughest competitors. Like I'd be a little worried, honestly.
Yeah, and I think, like you said before, Laura would have done fine in this elimination. I
Hmm.
think she's long arms, long legs. She could have skated through that mud pit quickly.
Exactly.
And
Skinny little fingers to stick her fingers up there. Like, come on, girl.
exactly. Exactly, and Cara laughing, as she should be, because she knew what time it was. She knew who she
Mhm.
dealing with, and she knew she was scared. Ultimately, Laurel was scared. I don't
Yeah,
care what she say. She was scared. She didn't want that
100%.
smoke because
Hmm.
she couldn't bear to go home against the one chick that she's been trying to get out this whole game.
Right. She's just talking too big of a game. Like in her confessional, she was like, "Yeah, like I'd kick Kara's butt. Like she'd go home. Then why aren't you playing her? You're scared."
Yeah, and she really only beat her once. The only other she beat her like legitly once. The only other time she
Hmm.
beat her was when her hand, Carl's hand was broke.
Mm.
So
It wasn't even a fair matchup.
yeah, it wasn't even fair. But hence she says no, and we get the infamous matchup of Cam versus Cara. This
Mm-hmm.
is a heavyweight title fight of the
Right?
12th hour, primetime HBO television pay per view. You got to buy this one to see it.
This
It's
was a
going
good
down.
matchup. Who
It
did you want
was.
to win? And who did you think was going to win?
You know, this is a hard one for me. Just based off this season. Look, I want Cam to win,
Yeah.
but the way she's been acting, I think this is kind of just a little bit of well-deserved karma,
Mm-hmm.
Maria, and I think I needed Cara to win this one. I love Cam, but this is sometimes a wake-up call we need in order to get ourselves right on our back track. So
Mm-hmm.
I was rooting for Cara.
Okay.
What about you? Who's you rooting for?
I was, of course, rooting for Cam. I want her and I wanted to see her and Leroy in the finals together, but I mean, I knew going up against Cara. Cara's a beast. Like this girl like doesn't lose. So I mean, I was expecting Cara to win, but I wanted Cam for sure.
Hmm. I feel that. I mean, both wouldn't have been a bad victor.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game, gets started and whatnot. They going through. Oop, pause. Uh, the game gets started, and we getting through it and whatnot. And Cara does a smart thing, so she gets all the balls to the end first, which
Hmm.
you know, this this two things, two interesting things. One is like, yes, that's the obvious strategy, what you should do. I think. I mean, in there, some people might get one at a time, which honestly, I don't think that would be smart at all.
Hmm.
See all of them, get all of them down there at once, in and out, in and out, in and out. Because the more you're in the water, the longer it takes. That, of course, but two, there's always a lot of interference with the peanut gallery in these challenges,
Yes. Yeah.
eliminations, and it was interesting. Nobody was saying anything, especially Leroy. So
That's
that was
what I
my
was.
chicken there. Yeah,
Hmm.
that was my chicken there. I'm like, hey, you forgot one, you forgot one, you forgot one, but he was not
Yeah.
saying nothing.
He didn't say anything. I'm like, that's your boo. Go help her out. But I will say, when I was watching it, I think this in every elimination, like especially when it's like puzzles or something. I don't think that they should be able to help out the like competitors like during elimination, because I feel like that's unfair, especially if everyone's voting like rooting for one person. I don't think it's fair, especially if it's like a puzzle or something and they're like helping them out. But I mean, they're allowed to, so I'm like, Leroy, why aren't you using your voice and helping out your woman? I was flabbergasted.
Crazy in Africa,
In
crazy.
Africa. That's just the slogan of the season, in Africa.
Exactly in Africa. What is happening? I mean, history is repeating itself here. We're getting shipped off one at a time.
That's so bad.
But yeah, it didn't make any sense. I don't even know. The only thing that I heard was like he didn't want to ruin the integrity of the game by helping her, and
Right.
but come on now, like what integrity?
Yeah, that's it's not like she's just a friend. Like you literally have children with her. So help her out. You're playing for all this money. I don't know. I was disappointed in Leroy because at first I didn't realize that she left the balls behind. And then she was in the lead for a hot minute. I was like, oh snap! I was like, Cam has this in the bag. And then I saw those two balls in the back. I'm like, Leroy, why aren't you helping out your girl?
Crazy,
SMH.
crazy. I mean, I think Cam could have won it. Honestly, she was moving
Whatever.
quick, and she
Yeah.
almost caught back up. It seemed like.
It was really
I
close
mean,
towards the end, so it
yeah,
really was anyone's game.
it was. I mean, Cara might have been coasting at the end because she saw that like when she's out there, you can look at your other opponent's side and like, oh, they got a ball way back there. I'm good. Let me just ease on down the road with these balls.
Mm-hmm.
But that was I'm disappointed in Leroy now. I don't know, brother. That was a head scratcher for you.
Me too.
You
That's
can't leave your peoples out to dry out there like that. It was
disappointing to say the least.
it was very disappointing. But Yes, ultimately, Cara wins the elimination, and she is getting back in the game with her star. She obviously takes Cam, and yeah, that's Laurel. Cam got duped by Laurel, and she ended up going home because of it. She took it. She took it on the chin, and she was a good sport about it, and all that, which I appreciate. But dang, that's a tough way to go out.
I
Mm.
know. But at least, I mean, she does have another 50%, not a 50% chance, but her other half is in there, so he can hopefully get that win for her. So at least it's not like completely over for her. So I don't feel as like sad that she's gone because at least Leroy has a chance. So
Yeah, Leroy got a chance. Hopefully, he can do it for Cam in Africa and take it home because it ain't looking good. I mean, there's 13 people left, and there's only one brother left.
all right, that's
And
in Africa.
in
Crazy.
Africa, what is going on? I
I don't
mean, Lord.
know. Cray cray. Who do
But
you want to win? I feel like your team, Cara.
I do want Cara to win. If besides her, I wouldn't mind. I mean, I think it'd be funny if Veronica win, but that ain't happening. Cara or Ace, I think it would be great for him to win too.
Mm-hmm.
Or Steve, one of them three. I think, and Leroy, I don't mind Leroy winning as well.
Yeah.
If he gets his act together and realizes what just happened, and then he can like fix things, because it's not really him that has beef with Cara, it was Cam.
Yeah.
But he should have said something. Leroy just needs to speak up more. That's my problem.
He does.
He's just not speaking up. The
Mm-hmm.
one season he did really, really good and he spoke up a lot and took control. Now he's just laying
Yeah.
back in the cut. And I'm like, nah, you gotta like speak up because I've seen that his face. He knows was really right and was wrong, but he ain't doing it. So yeah, Cam, Ace, Steve, or Leroy. What about you?
At this point, definitely Cara for a girl. And for a guy, I do want Leroy, but I wouldn't be mad with a Steve win either because he's been killing it in eliminations too. He has taken me by surprise. So, and I like him. I think he's funny. So, I think those are my choices.
Okay, good choices, good choices. But yes, the only people we got left in the game is Ryan, Derek, Steve, Jay, Ace, Adam for the guys, and for the girls, Laurel, Nicole, Cara Maria, Flora, Avery, and
Veronica.
Veronica.
Oh, Veronica.
I think I'm missing somebody. There's 13 people left. I missed one person. Some people ain't getting no kind of camera time, so I'm like
No,
literally forgetting about
I
them.
know. It's
The
okay.
one, yeah, the one person I forgot. Sorry, R.I.P.
Sorry.
But that's what time. Oh, Leroy. Duh, I forgot Leroy.
Hmm.
But yeah, y'all, that was the challenge. Episode 9. We only have
Mhm.
three left. Three
Oh,
left. Yeah,
snap. It's
10,
getting
11, 12.
close.
Yeah, it's getting close.
Hmm.
Almost up out of here. Um, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Dun
Who's
dun
good or evil
dun.
gonna win?
We'll
Dun dun
see.
dun.
I'm ready.
Appreciate y'all joining us. We out here. Peace, blessings, and we'll see y'all on the flip side.
Bye.